In Nairobi's Kilimani suburbs, residents like Cherotich say are pondering their next move to stop what they say is illegal construction in their estate.
What we are suffering from now is unplanned construction. If you don't have sewage, you don't have wider roads, you don't have fire stations, you don't have enough schools, you don't have hospitals, all you're doing is just building and building and building accommodation without the requisite planning.
Kilimani is one of the areas where residents are speaking out against the construction of high-rise buildings. Architect Alfred Omenya heads urban development consultancy EcoBuild Africa.
A lot of the buildings that we are seeing around here do not even meet that same City Hall's development control requirements. And they're approved in City Hall. They're actually approved in City Hall. And I can say this without fear of contradiction. For donkey years, City Hall has been the citadel of corruption.
Cherotich claims Chinese firms are using corrupt practices to circumvent legal procedures.
And I really call out the Chinese Property Developers Association here. They're complicit. They have understood the propensity and appetite for corruption that you find in this county, and they have exploited it to the hilt.
City government officials declined VOA's request for comment, and Chinese builders did not respond to VOA's request for a response to the claims. Economist XN Iraqi, however, says Chinese contractors have brought efficiency to the construction industry.
Let there be competition. I think that is going to raise the Kenyan construction industry. The Kenyan expertise are going to run something. In the long run, the customers are going to benefit because there's no competition. We shall do shorter work, we cannot be efficient.
The Kenyan constitution requires involvement of citizens on governance decisions on issues that affect them.
Whereas the law provides very elaborately about public participation, and we have adequate legislation around that, but the practice itself is still being done as a lip service. We still have the government officers calling for public participation when they've already made a decision. So they're doing it just to tick the boxes.
Heavy rains and deadly flooding in Kenya recently are compounding problems caused by unplanned construction, says Omenya.
By the time you have those high-rise buildings, you are not likely, especially in these areas where we're looking at 1 acre development, the entire space is going to be concrete. Where does that water go?
And as the World Bank projects 70% of the global population will live in cities by 2050, experts say planning will be key for cities like Nairobi. Juma Majanga, VOA News, Nairobi.